This conference will now be recorded.
From the previous session, we have discussed about the JSON generator class and how can we use the JSON generator in order to generate the JSON format through programming based on the records which has been collected from the object through some SQL queries. So based on the record fields, we are able to generate the HTML format, so the JSON format with the help of JSON generator class. Now today we'll see the concept of JSON parser. How can we parse the JSON content? How can we parse the JSON content? Parsing means what? Converting. What we are converting? JSON format. Okay, JSON format. Into what? Into our own object style. That means we are going to be performing deserialization process. Okay, we are performing deserialization process where we are converting the JSON format of content to our object style. Like for example, let me explain the situation. When should we go for this JSON parser? For example, assume that I have a Java application. I have a Java application, a banking application, anything, whatever. I have a Java application. So now in this Java application, there is a web service. Okay, there is a web service. We have a web service which has been prepared by the Java developers. So as part of this Java application, they have implemented a web service. Now, I'm having my system, which is a Salesforce application. I have my Salesforce application. So this is my Salesforce application. I have my Salesforce application. So now from this Salesforce application, I would like to invoke this web service. Okay, I would like to invoke this web service, and then this web service is going to be returning some records. Okay, it will be returning some records. Now, in this case, observe this one. So now I would like to invoke this web service from my Salesforce instance. From my Salesforce instance, I'm going to be invoking this web service. I'm invoking this web service. So this is the request. I'm sending a request. So whenever I'm going to be invoking this web service, the web service is going to be collecting some data from their database. It is returning those records to me. It is returning some records. It will be sending some response back. It is sending some response back. So now the web service is going to be sending some response. This response is in the form of JSON format. The response which has been received from the web service is in the JSON format. Now, whatever the response, that means this response is having some records. It is having some records. What records? It may be anything. It may be loan records. It may be customer records. It may be branch records. It may be anything, whatever. It is returning some records. Now, those records I want to collect, which is available in the form of JSON. I want to collect those records, and those records I want to show inside my Salesforce application, okay, in the tabular format. I want to collect those records which has been written by the web service, and then those records I would like to collect, and then I want to display those records in the form of tabular format inside my Salesforce instance. I want to show those records in the form of tabular format. That means what? Whatever the records has been written by this web service in the form of JSON, that JSON records I want to convert into my Apex object type so that we can represent those records, okay, in the form of a tabular format. Or else we can store these records inside our database also, wherever you want. So that means what? When coming to the third-party applications, whenever we are going to be invoking any web service, the web service will receive your request. Based on that request, it is sending some response back. It is sending some response back. That response will be available in the form of JSON format. Now we need to convert this JSON format of content into our own object types so that we can able to process inside our application. That means what? We need to convert this JSON format of data into our Apex type so that those records we can store in the form of a collection. That collection records I can able to represent inside my tabular format. Or else those collection of records we can store inside our Salesforce objects also, wherever you want. So now in this case, we are converting this JSON format of data into our Apex type. So this process is called as deserialization process. What do you mean by deserialization? Deserialization is nothing but a process which is used to convert the JSON format of data into your Apex object types. That means we are converting the JSON string into Apex object types, which is called as a deserialization. Then how can we deserialize? How can we convert? For that one, we are using the help of a feature called as JSON parser class. We are parsing. Parsing is nothing but converting what JSON we are converting into what our own object types. Previously, we have used JSON generated, nothing but we are generating what JSON. We are preparing JSON formats. But now we are going to parsing that JSON content. Whatever the response has been received from that web service is receiving, returning some response back to you. That response is available in the form of JSON format. Now we need to parse this JSON format to be get converted into our Apex object types so that we can represent this data wherever you want. We can store inside our database objects also. We can represent on our Visual Force page also, or else we can able to pass that response to some other web service also as an input. That facility is also available over here. So in this case, how to parse this JSON format over here? Okay, how to parse this JSON format. So now what are the various methods are available inside this JSON format? That means by using this JSON parser class, how to do that, we'll see practically in this case. Okay, now here in this case, here how can we parse this JSON format of content? We'll see practically today, and then this is the most important feature because from tomorrow onwards we are invoking some third-party web services. So that web service will be returning the result in the form of JSON. Like for example, let me explain. Assume that I would like to use the postal pin code application. So I would like to collect the postal department details based on that specific pin code. So now in this case, it is clearly returning that, it is clearly indicating this information. So now postal pin code API returns the response in JSON format. It is clearly returning that. So it is returning that response in the form of JSON format. So we have to collect this JSON format of data. We have to parse. We have to convert and we can represent in our application also wherever you want. Like for example, assume that we are having some weather map applications. Weather map API. So now whenever we are using this weather map, whenever we are going to be invoking this weather map applications, the weather map application is going to be returning the result in the form of JSON. Then how can we parse that JSON information? So how can we parse? So now here example of API response. So now it is indicating that whenever I'm passing over the city name, based on that city name, it is going to be giving that weather information. So that will be returning in the form of this JSON format. Then how can we convert this JSON format of information into our own type so that we can represent wherever you want? So now here in this case, whenever we are invoking any third-party application, third-party applications are going to be returning the result in the form of JSON format. So how can we parse the JSON? How can we convert the JSON format of content into our own types? We'll see practically today with the help of JSON parser class. So JSON parser class has been especially designed by Salesforce in order to implement the deserialization process. To implement the deserialization process, we are going to be using this JSON parser classes. Now, then how can we use this JSON parser class? Now let's see practically in this case. Okay. Let me give the note point. JSON parser class is used to achieve the deserialization process. Deserialization process. That is, we can convert the JSON string into our own object types. Our own object types. Then why should we go for this JSON format? So now whenever upon invoking or consuming the third-party applications, third-party web services, it will return the results in the form of JSON format. Whenever we are going to be consuming the third-party web services, whenever we are consuming the third-party web services, or whenever we are invoking the third-party web services, those web services are going to be returning the result in the form of JSON format. Now, so I would like to use this JSON format of content. Okay, I would like to use that JSON format of content. We need to convert. We need to convert the JSON format of content into our own types. We need to convert the JSON format of content. We need to convert the JSON format of content into our own type by using JSON parser classes. By using JSON parser class, so that we can use the response inside the application. Inside the application to be get represented. Inside the VF page, or we can store inside the database, or we can use this response. As the input for the another web service. So whatever the response that we receive, that response we are going to be converting into our own types by using this JSON parser class. With the help of this JSON parser class, we can able to convert this JSON string into our own types, and then so that we can able to use that response, okay, as an input for the other web services also, or else we can store inside our database objects also, or else we can represent on the Visual Force pages also. That facility is available over here. Now, so now here in this case, how can we use this JSON parser classes over here? Now, so whatever the JSON string that we have received, okay, that entire JSON string we are going to split into the various small pieces. We are splitting that each and every JSON content into each and every part, each and every piece of the JSON content into the various small pieces, that each and every piece is called as a token. Okay, that is called as a token. That means we are splitting that entire JSON content into the various small pieces called as tokens, and then we can able to parse that content from starting to ending. Now, that is, we need to split the complete JSON string into the various smaller pieces called as tokens, and we need to iterate the content from starting to ending, and we need to parse the content into our own object types. That means whatever the JSON content that we have, that entire JSON content I'm splitting into the various small pieces, and then I would like to treat each and every part is called as a token. I will explain that whole process also. Then each and every token we can collect by using the various methods, and then we can able to store inside our fields also, inside our objects also, inside our records also. That facility is available. So that how can we parse this JSON content over? How to parse this JSON content, which you will see practically in this case. So that we have to create the object of the JSON parser class. Okay, we have to create the object of the JSON parser class. So now here in this case, as part of this JSON parser class, we are having so many ready-made methods are available. JSON parser class is providing so many ready-made methods which is used to parse each and every JSON token, also. Now, so let me explain that. JSON parser class provides a set of ready-made methods to be used to parse the content, parse the JSON string into our own object types. How can we parse this JSON content? Okay, now let me explain. So in this case here, what are the various methods are available? First of all, we should be aware of these methods first. Okay. First of all, we should be aware of these methods first. So first of all, we have to create the object. Syntax. Okay, we have to create the object of the JSON class. Create the object of the JSON parser class as below. So how to create the object of the JSON parser class? Now let's see. System.JSON parser. We can specify the object name equals to system.json.create parser. Here we can able to specify that string. That means JSON string. Whatever the JSON string is available, you can pass the JSON string to this method over. Now, so whatever the JSON string that you received, pass that JSON string to this particular create parser method. Now it is going to be creating the object of the JSON parser class. So by using this JSON parser class object methods, we can able to parse this JSON string. Whatever the JSON string that we received, that complete JSON string we can able to parse, okay, token by token. Token by token, we can able to parse that complete JSON strings also over here. Now, so now whenever we are going to be parsing this JSON string, we are going to be using the various methods which has been given by the JSON parser class. Then what are the various methods are available as part of this JSON parser class? Now let's see practically in this case. Methods. The first method is next token. So now what is the use of this method? This method is used to move the cursor to the next token. This method is used to move the cursor to the next token. use it to move the cursor to the next token inside the JSON string. In order to move the cursor to the next token, we are going to be using that method called as next token method. Now, next one. Get current token. Get the current token. So what is the use of this method? This method is used to get the current token value. In order to get the current token value, we are using this method. This method is used to get the current token value. Now, the third one, get text method. So to get the current token information in the form of a string, we are using this get text method. This method is used to collect the current token value in the form of a string. In the form of a string, to get the current token value, we are going to be using this get a text method. If the current token value is in the form of the Boolean type, then we are using this. Now, get a Boolean value. Get Boolean value. So now, if the current token, nothing but the current string is, nothing but current token is a Boolean value, then we are using this get Boolean value method. Now, to get the Boolean value exists in the current token. The current token value is a Boolean, then we can able to collect that Boolean value over here by using get Boolean method. Next. So now get decimal value. Get decimal value. This method is used to get the decimal value. If the current token value is a decimal value, then we can able to use this method get decimal value. If the current token value is a decimal, then we can collect the decimal value by using this method. Suppose if the current token is of type date time, then at that time we can able to use a method called as get a date time value. Get date time value. If the current token value is of type date time, then we can collect the value by using this method. By using this method, we can able to collect the current token value which is available inside my JSON string, which is available in the form of a date time format. If the current token value is in the form of a date time format, then we can able to collect that value by using this get date time value method. Now, so now here in this case, so now how can we identify, how can we collect this information? So whenever we are going to be collecting that, let me explain that small information so that you can understand more. So let me take a small JSON format, okay, so that we can understand more. Suppose, for example, I'm having some JSON content. I'm having some JSON content. So this is the JSON content. Like we are having product code, which is some 1001000. Product name, such as some mobile device. And the unit price, I'm indicating some 25,000. Manufacturer, I'm indicating some Samsung Incorporation. Is in stock, This is my JSON content. I'm having some product information. This is in the form of JSON format. Now, in this particular JSON content, whatever the content is available, this entire content we have to split into various small tokens. We need to convert this entire string into the various small tokens. Now, how can we split here? This is one content. Okay, this is one token. This is another 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 token. That means it may be key, it may be value, anything here. Each and every key, each and every value, we are splitting into the various small pieces, that each piece is called as a token. So now the starting of this particular object also, this is a token, this is a separate 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 token. So in this case, what needs to be done, whenever we are parsing this JSON content, we have to start parsing from this starting over. So now this is what, this is the starting of that object. This is the starting of that object. How do we know whether it is a starting of an object or not? For that one, we have to identify. We need to identify what exactly it is. This is the current token right now. What is this current token? Is it a starting of the object? Is it a starting of the array? Is it an ending of the object? Is it an ending of the array? Then what? How can we identify? So in this case, in order to know what exactly the current value, what exactly the current token, is it a starting of the object or not, then how can we identify? For that one, we are using the help of an enumeration. An enumeration that is called as JSON token enumeration. We are using JSON token enumeration. JSON token is an enumeration which has been given by Salesforce, which contains some set of the standard options, which contains some set of standard, okay, the static keywords are available. Based on that we can identify. Okay, in order to identify what exactly the current content, is it a starting of the object, is it the ending of the object, is it a key, or is it a value, is it a starting of the array, is it a ending of the array? What we need to identify over here. So now in order to identify that, in order to identify the current token type, is it a starting of the object, or is it a string, or is it a numerical, is it a decimal, is it a boolean, is it a date, or what? We need to identify. In order to identify the current token type, we are using the help of an enumeration called as JSON token enumeration. We are using this JSON token enumeration over here. Now, so in this case, we are using the help of JSON token enumeration. Then what exactly the JSON token enumeration? Let me give the note point. What are the various options are available inside this JSON token enumeration? Now, JSON token enumeration. Upon passing the JSON string, by dividing into the various small tokens, to identify each token type, we have to use JSON token enumeration. JSON token enumeration. Okay. Upon passing the JSON content, by dividing the content into the various smaller pieces called as tokens, so now to identify each and every token type, we are using the help of this JSON token enumeration. So we can identify. So whatever the current token is, what? Is it a starting of the object? Is it a ending of the object? Is it a boolean value? Is it a string value, or what? Based on that, we can able to use a respective method to collect that value over. Because here we are having various methods are available. If the current value is of type decimal, then only we can use this get decimal value method. If the current value is a boolean, then only we can use this method. Then how do we know what is that current value? The current value is what? So now this current value, for example, my cursor is available in this token. This current value is what? Is it a numerical or not here? Yes. How do you know it is a numerical? For that one, we are using the help of this JSON token enumeration. So this JSON token enumeration is used to identify the current token value type. What type of value it is? The current token value is of type what? We can identify by using this JSON token enumeration over here. So now here in this case, now that is, we can identify the current token data type, so that we can fetch the token value and store inside the associated variable, associated field or variable. Now, in this case, JSON token is providing the various standard options. These are also called as constants. Now, JSON token provides the below constants. That means constant means what? Fixed options. Okay, fixed options. What are the various options are available here? The first one is the field name. Okay, field name. That means what here? These are in the uppercase letters. Constants that we are defining in the form of uppercase. That means, for example, currently the cursor is available in this one. This is the current token. This current token is what? This is the field name or not? Yes, this is the field name over here. This is the field name. This is the field name. This is the field value. This is the field name and the value. Key and the value. Key means field name over here. Okay, field name should be always in the form of string. You know that here. These are the keys. Keys should be always string. Value may be different. This is numerical. This may be decimal. This may be boolean. This may be string. Different values will be available. So in order to know whether it is the current token is a field name or not, for that one we are using a field name constant. Second one. The second one we are going to identify. Assume that this is the starting of this object over here. To know this whether it is the starting of the object or not, we are using this. Now we are indicating starting of the object. So this is the constant. To compare this current token value, we can identify whether it is equals to starting of that object or not. And then to identify this is what ending of that object. How do we know it is ending of the object? By comparing with this data type over here. End object. Ending of the object. And then to identify that current token is of type of starting of the array or not, so that we are using start array. If it is the ending of that array, we can able to identify by using end array. Okay, end array. Suppose if the value is a null value, then we can able to identify whether that value is null or not. So value null. This is the constant that we have. Whether this constant or whether this particular current token value is null or not, we can identify. If the current value is of type string, then we can verify value string. To know, to compare that current token value is equals to a string or not, for that one we are using this constant. And then, so is it a boolean value or not? If it is a boolean value, is it a true or not? For that one I'm using value true. The value true. These are the constants given by Salesforce. If it is a false value, then it is indicating that value false. If it is a number, then what we can do here? Value number. Number, that too it is an integer or not. Because when you come into the numbers, we are having two types. Only integers, and then you will be having some floating points also, nothing but decimal values also. Is it a numerical value which is of type integer or not? So for that one we are using this. Suppose if it is a floating point value, then it will be having that option float. Like that, it is having the various constants. As part of this JSON token enumeration, it is providing so many constants which is used to compare the current token type. Whatever the current token value is available, that value we can compare with this type, JSON token types, so that we can identify what exactly the value type is. So for that reason, whenever we are going to parsing the JSON content, we are using the help of JSON parser class. Along with we are using this JSON token enumeration also. Okay, we are using that JSON token enumeration along with the JSON parser classes also. Both we can able to use whenever we are going to parsing the content over here. Upon using this JSON parser classes, we have to use this both JSON parser class and then JSON token enumeration. Also, both we have to use as part of our application requirement over here. Now, so now here in this case, then how can we implement this functionality? Now let's see practically over here. So how can we parse this content? So in this case, what needs to be done? This is the JSON content that we have. So what we need to do, we need to split this entire JSON content into the various small pieces called as token. This is one token. This is the second token. This is the another token. This is the another token. This is the another token. Like that, we need to divide this entire JSON string into the various small tokens over here. To move from one token to another token, we are using this next token method. Next token method is used to move from one token to another token. To move the cursor from this token to next token, we are using that method called as next token method. Next token method is used to move the cursor to the next token here. So now
Hello? Can anyone hear me? Yes, yes, yes. I think something is wrong, right?
Actually, there was some network issue, I think, from his side. So due to that, the audio and video was stuck.
No, okay, thank you. I thought it's some problem from my side. Thank you. Hey, one more thing, guys. Like, you guys, welcome a WhatsApp group. Do you have any information about that?
Yeah, we have created a WhatsApp group. There are two different groups for 9 a.m. batch and 7 a.m. batch.
Oh,
9 a.m. group.
Yeah.
But please share that
But
number.
where is the link for the 7 a.m. batch? Can anyone place it over here so that we can able to join?
Which one?
Sorry?
That group you can place it here in the chat and we can join.
7 a.m. batch.
Yeah, we can join. Yeah, 7 a.m. batch.
For 7 a.m. batch, I don't have any contact. I have a contact.
Okay, I will
Contact
Do you
place
have 9 a.m.
the
there?
invitation link in chat box. Please join from there.
Yeah, Satish is there for 7 a.m. batch.
9 a.m. batch.
9 a.m. batch, I'll place it in this chat box.
7 a.m. If anyone want that
Now,
WhatsApp number, I have that.
now, so now let's see how can we parse this content over here. So whenever we are going to be parsing this content, the whole JSON string we are going to be splitting to the various small pieces called as tokens, and each and every token we can able to traverse from starting to ending. We need to keep on traverse these tokens. So for that one, what we can do is whatever the strings are available. So this is one string, this is one another token, this is another token, this is another token. Like that, here we need to traverse this token. So from this token to this token, and this token to this token, and from this one to next token, and next token, keep on, we need to traverse. For that one, we need to collect all this JSON string. Now we need to parse this JSON string by traversing from token to token like that by using while loop or for loop. We can use any one of the iterative statements. With the help of those iterative statements, we can able to parse this content over here. We can parse the content from starting to ending by iterating this JSON tokens with the help of the iterative statements. Through iterative statement, we can able to traverse from starting of the JSON token to ending of the token over here. So in each and every token, we are identifying what type of token it is. Is it a starting of that object, or is it ending of the object? Is it a field, or is it a boolean value? Is it a decimal value? Is it a string value? Is it a boolean value like as true or false? Everything we can identify by using this JSON token enumeration. With the help of this JSON token enumeration, we can able to identify this whole information also over here. Now, so now in this case, how can we parse this content over here? Let me take a small JSON string, and then how can we parse this content? Let me show you practically in this case. Now, let's go with that practical part over here. How can we implement this functionality in order to parse that content? Now, for example, so let me take a small JSON content and let me show you practically how can we parse this content also by iterating the content from starting to end. So let's take a small use case. Write an Apex program to parse the JSON content. To parse the JSON content.
Sir, your voice is not clear, sir.
By using JSON parser classes.
Hello. Sir, your voice is
So we'll
not clear.
see how can we parse this content over.
This conference will now be recorded.
So now I would like to take a small JSON content, and then I would like to parse the JSON content by using JSON parser classes. Then how can we parse this JSON content? I will show you practically. Here I would like to take the two scenarios over here. First one, if it is a very small content, how can we parse? If it is a large content, how can we parse? By using some ready-made methods, I will show you both the cases. That is called as deserialization methods also. Okay, I will show you both the scenarios practically in today's session. Now, so let me take a small JSON content over here in order to parse that. Now, so let me go with that, the Salesforce instance. I'm using this developer console. By using this developer console, I would like to prepare a small class, and then through that class, I would like to take some small JSON string and I would like to parse it. How can we parse that? Now let's see practically in this case. I'm creating an Apex class. I'm creating a class with the name JSON Parser utility. JSON Parser utility. So now my class is ready. I'm preparing a method. Public static void parse JSON content. Parse JSON content. So I'm preparing a method inside this. Through this method, I would like to take a small JSON string and I would like to parse that JSON string. How can we parse that JSON string? Okay, we'll see practically in this case. Now, so now here in this case, for example, let me take the JSON string over. Take a JSON string. So let me take a JSON string product JSON. I'm going to preparing that string. String should be always enclosing inside that single quote, right? Yes, so that I'm going to indicating inside that single quote. So let me prepare the JSON content. This is the flower braces, which is indicating whatever the content that I'm writing in between this flower braces. This is nothing but the JSON string. So I'm indicating that, like the product code. I'm indicating the value 40056. So this is the element here. This is the key and this is the value. Next one, I'm indicating product name. I'm indicating the value like as some laptop. Okay. Product name is some laptop. So laptop is nothing but a string, so that I'm including inside that double quotations. And then I'm indicating that manufacturer. I'm indicating that manufacturer as like as some Lenovo Incorporation. And then I'm indicating that unit price. The unit price value is, I'm indicating the unit price. Unit price value is some 42,000. And then I'm indicating the location, manufacturing location. I'm indicating like as some Korea. So this is the JSON string that we have. So I have prepared a JSON string where I'm having the starting of the braces, nothing but this is the starting of the object. We are having the key that is product code, and this is the value. Product name, this is the value. Manufacturer, this is the value. And then we have unit price, this is the value, location, and the Korea. So that this entire content is available over here. This is my JSON string, which I have received from a third-party system, for example. So then how can we parse? Whenever we are going to be receiving this JSON string, this entire JSON string we are dividing into the various small tokens. This is one token. This is another token. This is another token. This is another token. So this is another token. So many tokens are available inside the string. So upon parsing that, we have to traverse from starting token to ending token. We have to collect this current token and then go to the next token, and then go to the next token, go to the next token. Like that, keep on. We need to traverse from one token to another token up to last. So whenever if we're having some multiple elements, this is one element. This is second element, third element, fourth. Whenever if I'm having some multiple elements, if you want to traverse the elements from starting to ending, then we are using some iterative steps. So now here in this case here also we have to use iterative statement. That may be either while loop, it may be for loop also, whatever, anything we can able to use that iterative statements as well. So by using these iterative statements, we can able to traverse this content. So first of all, we have to divide this entire string into the various tokens. How can we divide? By using that JSON parser class. So that we have to create the object of the JSON parser class object here. create the JSON parser class object. How can we create? We are using system.json parser. JSON parser, like as I would like to indicate P parser. It's a product parser. P parser equals to, we have to specify system.json.create parser. Create parser. Here we have to pass JSON string. So what is the JSON string? This is the product JSON. This is the string that we have. So whatever the JSON string that we have, that string variable name I'm passing to the create parser method. Now this create parser method is going to splitting this entire string to the various small token, and then it will be storing the reference information inside my P parser. That means JSON parser class. So once the whole content has been divided into the various small tokens, then we need to start parsing that here. We need to traversing. How? From starting token to ending token. Not only one token, multiple tokens are available over here. How can we parse from this token to the last token? For that one, we are using while P parser that next to token. Okay, we have so many methods are available over here. As part of this, the JSON parser class, we have so many methods are available. So now here we are having the get a boolean block value, get a boolean value, get current name, get current token, get a date time value, get a date value, get a decimal value, get a double value, and then get ID value, get integer value, get last cleared token, get long value, get a text, get a time value, has current token, next to token, next value. Like that, we are having so many methods are available over here. So in order to get the current token, we are using that method called as get a current token method. And then if you want to move the cursor to the next token, we are using the method called as next token method. If the current token is of type a boolean, then we can able to use the respective methods. We are having so many methods. So now get the date time value. If it is the current value is the date time, then we can collect that value. If it is a date value, we can use this date. If it is a decimal, we can use this method. If it is a double, this method. ID, integer, okay, like that. If it is a text, we are using get text. Like that, here we are going to be using this various methods available inside this JSON parser class. These are the inbuilt methods are available over here. I want to traverse from starting to ending, so that if the next token not equals to null, that means here please traverse. Okay, please traverse this particular. Okay, please traverse this JSON content from starting to ending till we are reaching to that last token, which is not equals to null. That means up to the last. Okay, up to the last. After that, what we have null, nothing is available. So that please iterate. Okay, please iterate this particular string from starting to ending till we are reaching to that null. Once it is equals to null, that will be coming out from the loop automatically. So in this case, we are going to be iterating this particular JSON content from starting to ending. So now here we need to collect this information over here. Okay, now we need to collect this information. Now we are traversing. So we are going to be traversing this content over here in order to identify this. Okay, P parser dot next to token not equals to null. That means please iterate this particular the JSON parser content where we are going to be traversing the starting to ending. Please iterate till we are not equals to null. That means till the last token. Please iterate this one. Now collect that current token value over here. So now I'm going to be using this if condition. If the P parser dot get a current token. Get current token. So if the current token value is what I would like to collect. I would like to collect this product code I want to show in my debug log file. Product name I want to show in my debug log file. Manufacturer value I would like to store in the debug log file. So I would like to collect. So now get the current token. So if the current token value is equals to the field or not, if this is the field, where is the value? Value is available in the next token over here. I want to know whether it is a field name or not. How can we use that? How can we collect that? Get a current token. That means it will be collecting the current token. If the current token value is equals to the field or not. So then in this case, how can we identify? For that one, I'm using that enumeration, JSON token dot field name. It is having so many constants. Is it the end of the array or not? That means the current token value is end of the array or end of the object. Is it a field name? Is it a starting of the object, starting of that array? Okay, is it embedding the object information. Is it null? Is it float? Is it integer? Is it string? Everything we can able to compare. So for that one, we are using this information. JSON token dot field name. Okay. If the current token value is equals to a field, if the current token is a field, then if that field name is what? Because not only this field, we have so many other fields are also available here. So if it is a string, okay, then what we can do over here? That means I'm comparing with this value. Now, in this case, I'm comparing here. So parser dot get text is equals to the product code. That means what? I'm collecting the current token text value. I'm collecting that current token text value over here. So now whatever the current token that I'm right now,
Hello.
Sir, we are not able to hear
Sir,
you.
we lost your audio. Sir, no audio, sir.
I don't think he can hear. Excuse me, can anyone pass that 7 o'clock batch group information?
Yes, we will.
They're already placed in chat box. Please check it out.
In chat box, we are placed for 9 a.m. batch. 10 a.m. batch. we don't
No, no, no. It's for 7 a.m. It's for 7 a.m.
No, you don't understand this. Chat box, we cannot send messages individually. That's from organizer. It has to be from organizer. So we cannot do anything with the chat.
No, we are sending the messages right in chat box. In the below, if you select the presenter or something, we can send them. Everyone are sending the messages in chat box.
I just go to organizer and no. That's the reason why I'm asking.
There you select the presenter once.
I can talk to you, I can not. Sorry.
Can everyone hear his voice?
No
No.
one.
No.
No.
Can anybody hear what Feroz is saying?
No, I don't.
No, 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 no. I think he's rejoining.
Sir, we can't hear you.
Go try to send him a message because I cannot. I'm not using a website. I'm not using a laptop.
I think he doesn't know that we're not able to hear him.
That's what I'm saying. Try to send him a message through the for the organizer in chat box.
The voice is not getting.
Guys, type in the chat box that we're not able to hear him.
I already pinged him.